Good morning. It's Monday morning. Yay, we made it happen. 9 minutes late. Sorry, guys. Google Hangouts is going through some stuff, and so I'm going to blame it on them today because I just read that as of September 12th, there will no longer be Google Hangouts, and Monday Momentum is going to have to move to YouTube live streaming. So that'll be a new adventure. We'll figure it all out, and we'll fill you all in when it happens. But meanwhile, Monday morning, time to get up and running. It's Monday Momentum. We're here to give you a shot in the arm and a kick in the rear to start your week and make sure that you are moving forward the way you want to. And the way we're doing it today is we have special guest Carl Loop. Carl is another CEO Space member along with Millie and I. We've all known each other through going to CEO Space, meeting there. So as you know, we talk about that a lot. It's a great place for meeting people that are moving forward. If nothing else, we're all moving forward instead of dwelling on the past. And Carl is a different kind of guy from me, meaning he's started 6 businesses and they've all done well, and he's got lots and lots of experience around that, and learned during that process, among other things, that many people build big, successful, or what someone would call successful, it looks successful from the outside, businesses, but on the inside are not feeling so great about it. They did the mechanics, but it's not giving them the joy that they wanted. So it's going to be wonderful to hear what he has to say about this, as well as about sales. I was lucky enough to talk with him about a week ago, and I tell you, just the 20 minutes we were on the phone, I was thinking about it and chewing on it for at least a week afterwards. So, Carl and Millie, will you unmute, say hi, say good morning, remind everybody who you are, and then we'll have Carl take it away. Millie, you first.
Good morning. It's a great Monday morning with you guys, and this is Millie Weaver with the Weaver Group, and specializing in business credit, and we're looking forward to hearing what Carl has to say.
Great. And Carl, why don't you unmute and tell us, what's the big deal about these 3 aspects of sales that you're going to share with us today? Yeah, there you go. Good.
Hey, everybody. Good morning. Okay. So basically, okay, so there are 3 areas that help us make sales. One is our beliefs, one is our behaviors, and one is our training. Okay, those 3 areas. And today, sometimes people's beliefs get in the way, sometimes their behaviors get in the way, and sometimes their trainers will help them help people. And I'm both a creator, and a lot of people really put limitations out of the way. I help them above them believe they can create their future and achieve what they want to achieve in their life, their epic life, even. So today I'm going to focus more on if it's okay, Sarah, I'll just jump right in.
Yes, and forgive me, I think that there was a little bit of a glitch for your sound in the beginning, so I'm going to, you said the things that affect our ability to make sales, number 1, beliefs, behaviors, and training. And so I just want to make sure that got through because there was a little garble, and then it cleared up. So, yeah, dive in.
All right, here we go. So today is going to be a little bit more on the training aspect to accelerate our knowledge. So the 3 keys to sales acceleration about is the higher with, but I'll give a little bit more detail about them. So pains, what pains people have. And they don't always come out and share them, but people have things that are bothering them. They're on their mind, they're slowing them down. If they were cleared of those pains, they would be sailing and soaring a lot better. So pains, we all know that, and sometimes we avoid discussing the pains because we want to be safe, or we don't want to look bad or make others uncomfortable or whatever. But truly, when you start to connect with people's pains and when they start sharing those pains, that's the signal that you're becoming a trusted advisor, which is very important. And when you have trust, that accelerates sales. The next thing that helps accelerate sales, and again, sales is about helping people, right? We're not doing pushy sales. We help people solve their needs. And so pains is the first one. The next one is gaps in knowledge. So sometimes people just don't know what they don't know. Something's in their way. If they knew that, for instance, Google Hangouts is going away September 12th, they would have to change to another platform. They don't see beyond. A lot of times people aren't looking beyond the 3 feet in front of them, and so they have gaps in knowledge. And that is something, if you can provide as a consultant information even before they know they need it, then you're again becoming a trusted advisor and someone people trust, helping them fill those gaps in knowledge. It's a hot area. It moves people forward because it gives you a lot of credibility and substance. The third area of accelerating sales in this hot area category is their imagined goal. So you can talk to people like, it's even like their dreams. It's not necessarily you'll start that way in the conversation, but that's really what it is. It's people who know their future and they're imagining, they have a future that they want to get to, and you can just ask them that way. Instead of their future, you can just say, where do you see yourself in a few years, 3 years, 5 years, so forth. Where do you see your family in 3 to 5 years, and so forth. So the imagine goals, imagine if this issue you have right now were out of the way, where would that be for you? And I like to use the imagine an awful lot when people say things are good. Yeah, things are good. So, sir, you're talking to somebody, so how are things going for you? Things are good. Yeah, things are good. I don't really, see anything I need to work on. Fantastic. Wow, things are good. How would you like to make them great? Imagine if they were great. Okay, so don't let the sort of disengagement of that people often have stop us and block us. There's always something we want better. We imagine for ourselves. So those are just 3 kind of quick tips on the category of the hot areas to help people move forward.
So thank you, because I'm already going, oh, I got it. 3 hot area, or the hot area is sort of what I'm imagining is like the center of the bullseye. Like, go for this if you want to grow your sales, and there's lots of other more subtle things around that center, but the hot area, these are ways that you can really move quickly. And for me, what I really liked out of all that you said, I like the idea of being someone's trusted advisor, and that seems like something I can even do, at least some of the time, around areas that I have expertise in, versus the tendency that many of us have, and I am one of them, to be a little bit reluctant to be selling things. Even though I believe that sales is service, and I understand intellectually all that, there are times when I feel like I don't want to be pushy, I don't want to be trying to get somebody to spend money they don't want to spend, but I like being a trusted advisor, and if being a trusted advisor helps me grow sales, well, yay! So thank you, Carl. It's already been worth it for me.
It totally, awesome. Well, it totally helps, to be trusted, and also, when you are trusted, the scope opens up a lot bigger and bigger. Now I want to make this comment too. Thank you, Sarah. I want to make this comment. People may not always be comfortable, as I said, sharing some of these hot areas. That first of all, they may not know their gaps in knowledge. They may not be open about their pains. Although the pains are the things that really connect us all. Okay, we all tend to try to act like isolated, independent, nothing's wrong kind of beings, but the truth is the pains are what unite us all. We all have them. But the point I want to make is people may not share easily these things. So the next page of my presentation, which I don't guess you can see, is let me get to that.
Would you like, I can share the screen while you're talking.
If you'd like.
Yeah, I'll get it up for you. So you keep talking. Let's see if I can get the pictures.
Now, the point of this next one, Sarah, is to help you read people's minds.
Oh, goody. I can't wait.
And I call it understanding the prospect's sales language. So you let me know when y'all see that, or I can also look, I'm sure.
Well, it should, if I did it right. Well, it's not. Oh, my God. Okay, let's go
infinity.
back. I screwed that up. Uh, okay. We'll get
It's
there.
not a problem. Also, I'm glad to share this if you just help me figure out the emails or you want to email it out, however.
Yeah, well, we will definitely do that too. But I think I got it this time. Is this
There
the
it is.
page you wanted?
That's it. Perfect.
Yay!
All right. So there's a gentleman's name whose name is Joe Abraham. He has a company in Chicago, and a while back I got certified in some of his training. But the important thing to know is he was a director of he was a director of an entrepreneurial incubator where he was a director for years and years where thousands of businesses came through. And he had, since his childhood, this age-old question of why does 95% of businesses fail in the first 5 years? And he went out with that. From that context, he viewed the world and he started trying to figure out why some succeed and some don't. And he actually wrote a book on it called Entrepreneurial DNA. He's also a TED talker or a TED speaker. This entrepreneurial DNA is a very tried and tested, hundreds of case studies methodology. It's a 4-part methodology he came up with, and in short, the methodology is called BOSSY, which stands for Builder, Opportunist, Specialist, and Innovator, and that's what you see on your screen. So these are sort of frameworks for how people make sales decisions. This is different than DISC. It's different than Myers-Briggs. This is about how people make business decisions, and they're basically their sales language. So let me talk about that a little bit. I mean, would it help you if you imagine? Would it help you if you could sort of understand a person's business personality, their sales language, and then sort of be able to speak to that, navigate to that, right?
Yeah, it would definitely help me. And Millie and I were looking at this earlier, and I said, "Oh, there's me. That's me, the one that wants to have the pile of money."
All right.
Right, well, there, the opportunist, being somewhere with piles of money.
Piles of money. There you go. All right. Well, let's look at that one first then, and then I'll go back. But builders is the B. O is opportunist. So the opportunist is they have powers of starting new businesses. They're relatable. They're people that you like to see and chat with. They usually have pictures of their family up on their wall in their office. They're easy with conversation. You could easily see having a drink with them after hours and stuff like that. One of my clients, he used to give baby blankets out with his company logo on it to his customers. And that's the kind of person an opportunist is. They're like part of the family. So their pains are revenue retention. The revenue tends to go up for these people up and down, really great, kind of small. It's like having consistent revenue is kind of a challenge. Being organized is a little bit challenging sometimes. They're people that have typically been in multiple industries rather than one continuous industry, like insurance or accounting, and their dream. So like I was telling you earlier, the imagine factor. What is their dream? They're looking to be on the beach with piles of money, or on a cruise, or on a sailboat, or somewhere with piles of money, and multiple incomes and residual incomes are also usually part of their dream. So the language of these people is, fun, social, relatable, hanging out with them. You can chat with these people. You don't have to have 40 degrees and 60 certifications and all these kind of things. You just get to know them, be real, and that's the language that they speak. How's it going to help them with their family? Get them on the beach with money in the bank? Those kind of things are in the conversation with these people that accelerate sales with these people. Okay.
So let me backpedal a little bit because we're going to run out of time really quickly. It's how it always goes here. If we were just talking about how to sell to Sarah, now that we've gone through the opportunist, which is pretty much what it feels like I am, and I'm hoping we can help Millie figure out what she is if we can't do much more. Does that mean that you go after those kinds of areas of conversation with her, meaning you talk to Sarah about something new and interesting that she hasn't heard about before, and you show her how she can have long-term consistent revenue with that, and it might even help her stay focused and be organized, and that, you know, that'll help her get her dream that she wants, but you do it in a fun way. You're not going to pull out all reams and reams of numbers, I can tell you. Don't do that, please.
Exactly.
Is that sort of how we would apply this?
Absolutely. See, you're in the mind of an opportunist. Exactly what you're going to be, how you're going to be relating to them, talking with them. It accelerates sales, like you just said. Now, can I talk about another category here?
Well, let's ask Millie to unmute and see if she's figured out what she thinks she might be.
Go ahead. Now, by the way, an opportunist would be like Richard Branson. A builder would be like Donald Trump, specialist Bill Gates, and an innovator Steve Jobs. Go ahead.
Cool. Thank you.
See? Oh, wow, Sarah. I think I'm a specialist.
Say a little bit more about why you're thinking that.
Just because of the way I think and the way my thought processes work, and just even the language style was more me.
Well, let's say that you're right. What would you say about that, Carl?
Well, let me talk through this specialist category, and she can see if that definitely starts to define her more. The specialist is typically in one field or just a few fields for their life. You know, they have lots of training, lots of certification. Oftentimes, they're a lawyer, a doctor, CPA, dentist. Their power is satisfied, loyal customers. They have customers for life. Their pains. Now, this is the pain that I would be speaking to somebody as a specialist about: lead generation, growth, standing out. How are you unique? What's your unique value proposition? You know, dreams, expertise. Really, their dreams. They thrive on their reputation and being respected, an authority in their field. And their language style is, wanting to know the details, to look it over, analyze it, and see, does it make sense? How's that? That seem like something?
Me to a T.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So selling to Millie would be pretty much the opposite of selling to Sarah when it comes to the data, anyway.
Yes, exactly. Now, if I were to sell to Millie, like with a real flashy buddy kind of style, it would turn her off. You know, hey, let's go have some drinks. We'll just sort this out, and you can decide after an hour after we've had a few drinks. Wouldn't work. Okay. Would you like that, Millie? That wouldn't work, right?
You know, the funny thing is, after hours, that would be me.
After hours.
But business, definitely data, facts, and
review and think about it, right?
Right.
Awesome. And like Sarah, if I came to you with 20 pages of notes and charts and data, it probably would turn you away. That wouldn't be your language, yes?
Yeah, I would barf. I know I need to understand it, but I want to hire somebody to do all that for me.
Exactly, and that's if somebody comes to talk to you, they're going to show you how, the details we can take care of. They're managed in this system. You can leverage your staff for it, and you're going to be out in the field selling and just like flying, helping people. That's the kind of conversation that probably works better for you. Mm-hmm. And then there's builder and innovator, and they have their own little characteristics and languages.
So could I ask a question? Sarah, so Carl, when you're meeting someone for the first time, you pretty much are there specific things you're trying to evaluate? I mean, there must be. So how would someone like me figure out a builder from an innovator right away? Because isn't there like a language thing you need to kind of start off with?
Well, now, yes, Millie, and realize I'm just giving you some really high highlights here. This is not a detailed conversation. But
right.
A builder is somebody who is like Donald Trump, like large scale infrastructure, multiple locations, lots of trucks. They thrive on building businesses. They're very skilled at building 7, 8, even 9-figure businesses and selling them. It's just like in their DNA. And for them, their language is get to the point, show them maybe one-page summary of the bullets and hit them with the highlights. So they want to move fast. They often have some ego in their personality that you have to be equal to or higher in your presentation, or else they'll eat your lunch. You know, in fact, they look for how they can kind of break you down a little bit. That's a builder. Now, they're fast decision makers, so don't count them out. They're fast decision makers if you have the right language. They make real fast decisions. They're actually the fastest at making decisions. And how to learn about them is to kind of, I'm giving you a framework now. There's more that can be learned about it. Here's 2 more tips. You can ask them, tell me about your business, or tell me about yourself. And the way they describe themselves, you will know. Well, I built 6 businesses before I was 22. I was a millionaire by the time I was 26, you know, or whatever. That's going to probably be a builder. Or, man, I really, you know, love my jet ski and hanging out on the lake with my buddies and got 4 businesses running on their own. That's an opportunist. You know what I'm saying? And you can also look at their LinkedIn profiles and get some background like that. Definitely. You're going to accelerate.
So maybe looking at how they describe themselves is one way.
Yeah, that's the first point. Yeah, you know, tell me about yourself. They start talking about the businesses and all that. Yeah, does that help, Millie?
A lot, yes. Thank you very much.
And we want to speak people's language, right? We want to, you know, not in an inauthentic way, but if I'm going to France, the more French I know, the better I'm going to get around. It's just that way.
Great. So we have about 10 minutes left, and I wanted to, if there's a couple of little things you want to say about Innovator, that would be fabulous. And then I know you had other slides, so I want to give you a chance to make sure you hit your highlights, Carl.
Great. I'll do the Innovator, and then the next page is the last slide, so we're all in great shape.
Good.
An innovator is that's a person who wants to change the world. Their main goal in life is to change the world. They have a mission. They would do things for free if they just didn't have to pay bills. You know, they don't like the business side, and usually they admit it. I don't like the business side. By the way, people typically have a primary DNA and a secondary. Okay, like I'm an opportunist builder. I'm an OB. But anyway, anyways, an innovator, you know, it's not about the money. It's about the mission. Let's change the world. If I could get this in the hands of every single person, there'd be plenty of clean drinking water throughout the world. And you know, that's their mission. That's their DNA. They have challenges with business operations. Number one, they usually don't like it. Number 2, they don't have the skill or even the interest in building the skill. You know, they want to they would like. You know, I got a client last week who she wants a co-pilot for her business, and I know what she wants. She wants somebody to help her with the operations, and she's an innovator. She's about to launch something across the whole United States, and she has this dream, this vision, mission, game-changing mission. The language style to use with these people, the language that connects with them, is that you love what they're doing. You love their cause. Bottom line. That's fascinating. Wow, that's just, and again, not inauthentic. Like, just be inspired by connecting with people. And that connects for the innovator, that you love their cause. Wow, that's just, you know, Oz, for instance, right? Sarah? Mm-hmm. Oz.
Yeah, definitely.
He is an innovator. He's not a business guy.
Yeah, so would you like me to switch to the next slide?
Yes, please. Or I guess I need to do that.
Yeah. So when Carl was talking about Oz, he's talking about a friend of ours from CEO Space who does, oh, dang it, I can't talk and work at the same time, who does, he's working with anti-concussion stuff that's really, really revolutionary and new. So am I actually sharing now or not?
Yes, that's fine. Perfect.
Good. Yeah, I did it. Thank you.
And by the way, anybody that wants to know more can just send me an email on the bottom right of that, or on the bottom of that presentation, carl@carlluke.com. I'd love to share more videos, and I'd love to share a link where you can go and assess your DNA with 10 questions. Yeah.
And we'll put that all up on the notes on YouTube and on the website as well. So
absolutely. All right. So thank you, Sarah. And the last one is, you know, so we talked about like the hot areas, then we talked about sort of reading people's mind, knowing their sales language. Now we're talking about what gives you confidence. Here's the gift I want to offer. Here's what I want to give everybody permission for, and that is, you know, your confidence is going to come from knowing who you are and how you most powerfully help others from who you are. You know, the original you, the you that whatever your personality is, you know, you connect with that, and you operate from that, and not be some manufactured version of yourself that is not genuine and original to you. That's going to give you confidence. That's where fear, anxiety, because see all these strategies we have in our head, and I said earlier, you know, beliefs, behaviors, and training. So this is sort of in the beliefs area. All these strategies of we got to be this, got to be that. That's where we start getting torqued out and twisted around, and that's where fear and anxiety show up because we're trying to be something we're not. Doesn't work. Don't need to do that. You know, people can sniff that, and what they really want is the original, you know, you, the version, the person that you are to help them, and that's also how you most powerfully help people is by being, if you're a good listener, if you're someone who's inspired a lot, or excited about life, a specialist with a lot of knowledge, whatever, be yourself.
Thank you for giving me permission. So I'm going to take away the slide just so I can have my face up there again, because I miss people. There we go. Nope, that's not me. There I am. Yay. Oops, and then I have to do this. There, we did it. Okay, so we have just a few more minutes. I know that we'll make sure that the website information and how to reach Carl is posted on the. Well, it'll be there in the notes and all that stuff. So when you come back and watch this video for the 16th time, you can write it down. I would love to give Millie one more chance. Is there a quick question you have, Millie? Anything else you'd like to ask, or a way that you might be able to apply this in your own work?
Well, you know, I just wanted to encourage everyone to watch Carl's videos that are on his site. I got lost in it when I was researching for today, and it was packed with some really helpful things. So thank you, Carl, for that. I know that was a lot of work, and I just appreciate it and just really want to encourage everyone to really check Carl out. He's got some really valuable pearls of wisdom.
This was, I'll just wrap up with one last comment unless you have questions, but this was 3 tips. I'm going to be giving a webinar very soon this month on 15 more tips for sales acceleration.
Great, thank you, Carl. And I'm wondering, Millie, is there one thing that you, one little tidbit that you got when you were listening to Carl one pearl that you can remember and share right now? Or is that too on the spot for you?
No. There was a phrase that you used, Carl, things happening effortlessly at a rate you didn't think possible. And it just, because this is Monday Momentum, it gave me a shot in the arm. That phrase that's the possibility was really great. And I think that propelled me to listen to all your videos, because it was like, okay, how do we do that? You know, how do we get that effortlessly? So that was my takeaway.
Shot in the arm.
Yeah, it was exactly what we needed for Monday, right?
There you go.
Great. Carl, any last minute, anything you want to make sure that you say to people?
Find me on Facebook, find me on LinkedIn. I'd love to connect with you. I'm always putting out quotes and valuable information. Soon I'll have some webinars, as I said. Carl@carlloop.com. Great.
Thank you, Carl.
Okay,
guys. So guess what? Monday's already Monday Momentum. You got to get going now. There's no more excuses. You have your new tidbit of information. You have your new shot in the arm, maybe a couple. And so now it's time to get to work and grow that dream. spend some time looking at some of this stuff that Carl's talked about. If it helps you to figure out who you are authentically and how you most powerfully help people, what better thing to know than that? Instead of spending time trying to be someone you're not. Let's all just get to be ourselves. Yay!
Yay.
So all of those will be up there, posted on the website, and you can find it at mymondaymomentum.com. That's where all the information will be afterwards, as well as the YouTube channel, Monday Momentum. We'll be here next Monday at 8 a.m. California time. So join us and like us and love us and subscribe and go out there and rock your world. We will see you next week. Thanks for watching.
See you guys.
Bye.